All right, welcome everybody. Monday night, April 22nd. We're going to do a light overview of Connect United, talk about me and Demetrius' sponsor, Billy Womack, a little bit. He's a little sick tonight. I'm filling in for Billy. I'm no Billy Womack, but my name's Brian, and I got started March 12th, right after Demetrius kind of said, man, you got to look at this. And I'm like, all right, what are we looking at? And he's like, it's blockchain, nodes. What do you know about nodes? And I'm like, honestly, I've been scared to literally learn. I thought it was too big of a learning curve. So what I did then is I literally watched a couple videos, to be honest with you. He sent me a Connect Explainer video, and then he sent me a what is a node video. And that was good enough for me to go, okay, now I feel comfortable to talk to Billy Womack on the phone. So he put me on the phone. I
Hey
got to
Brian, sorry to cut you off. Can you let Dr. Yvonne in? Somebody's in the
There's nobody in there. Your Sid is co-host too. He can let him in. I'll make some more people co-host too that have their
Sid,
screen.
can you send Dr. Yvonne the link, please?
Okay, I'll send it to it right now.
All right, I made a bunch of co-hosts. So all co-hosts, you guys can accept people if I don't see them. And hearing the story from Billy, he was introduced to this platform basically before it was a platform. Before they had a full out company, before there was any of these brands behind me and everything. So like he was kind of here with, I guess you'd say, one of the founders of the company, because it's not like there's just one owner here. It's almost like a board member group. I know they hired a new CEO on as well, while they were out in Hawaii. And he's because someone's like, I want to speak to the CEO. And Billy's like, really, he's so new. I know more than he does at this point, because Billy's literally helped each one of these launch on the blockchain. So, when he took a look at this, and we have a lot of good overviews, Wayne, that Billy has spoke about his story, and everybody else on here too, that would be a lot better coming from him. But he basically was invited to go to an event about gaming. And he's like, I haven't played games since Tetris or Donkey Kong, like probably 90% of us on here, if not more. And he's like, but these guys they're in a field that I haven't experienced. He took a couple bad burns through probably some trading platforms or some crypto multipliers or whatever back 8 years ago. You never know. So he reached out to see if he can find anybody that knew anything about the blockchain. And then that's where he got introduced to go to an event. And with going to that event, he learned about Gala Games. This was back before they even had the ability to host those nodes online. So he bought 11 nodes for around $11,000 to $15,000. Couldn't even put them online to generate the tokens, I think, for like 6 or 7 months. So at that point, it's like, all right, I'm taking a big step here, where we have the luxury now to buying these and hosting them online and almost seeing, digital rewards, aka tokens, within the first week. Some of the new ones like Rev and Rally, we're waiting for those to kind of launch in the blockchain too. But when he did that, they got him online. He said it was a pain in the butt. He kind of compares Connect United like a bamboo tree. It's many years you don't even see it sprout. And then all of a sudden everything comes together and then bang, there it goes. And that's kind of like what Connect United has done. So they've been improving, making it more simple for everybody. So he got his Gala nodes online and they started generating tokens. Sometimes he said it kept going down. So he became an expert on putting them online. Like he had to write the code then for it. It wasn't just go host it on Block Fabric and they do all the work for us. He had to do it on a separate computer that ran for about 6 to 8 to 10 hours a day. And at that point, it was, oh man, I think it was about a year and a half later. And his buddy was like, hey, have you checked out what's going on? And he's like, no, I haven't. Why? And he logged into his account. And, at this time, Gala was probably on its way up to 88 cents. It started, right under a penny and just kept going up. So, in that period, he cashed out $10 million. You literally just take those tokens, move them to an exchange, and then would convert them to USDT. And then bang, there's your money in USDT or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever your choice was. And he still to this day will come on these Zooms with us and show where he's like, hey, got 7,000 rewards today in Gala at the price range. They're 6 cents or they're 8 cents. And I could swap those over. So average, I'm making about 15 to 20,000 a month still on the Gala nodes. And, you know, we're getting ready to hit a bull run. So obviously that's going to go up. And last time I checked, Gala was trading around $400 million a day. So it's a top 50 coin. And so that's kind of his story. He did all that without recruiting. And when I heard that, when Demetrius put me on the phone and I listened to that, and I'm like, you did all this without recruiting, and that's what nodes can do. And he's like, absolutely. He's like, you never know which one's going to do what you think it's going to do or do what you want it's going to do. So you always want to diversify. He goes, and with Connect here, we got over $1 billion in infrastructure. You know, we help launch these different blockchains. You know, we have one blockchain, one basically node software developer called Nerd, which is hyper builder nodes, which are the $1,300 ones. They build the blockchain out for all these. They take up 3/4 of our third floor in Utah. So, you know, we have a really good, strong foundation of companies launching. And if you look at the blockchain, it's like being in the early 1990s when the dot-com era started. So nobody really understands this, but everybody knows everything's going to the blockchain because that way companies can't lie. People can't lie. Your health records won't lie. Nothing will lie. You can put everything on the blockchain and it can't change. So now leads us to where we're at today. He took that. You can follow him on Instagram. He's building a mansion. He's reinvested into, I think, over 900 different nodes, you know, through our platform. You know, at that point, yeah, obviously he's accumulating a lot of rewards and he could possibly amass around 160 to 180 million dollars this year off of the nodes he currently has. You know, so we just picked his brain. And to be honest, I was like, you know, I got 10,000. What do you suggest I start with? And he was like, I would start with 5 win nodes automatically. You get that discount. And as you're going to build this, because I like to build programs and share them, especially if I find one that's real like this. And I'll show a little bit more on the PDF. And you really want to share it. So tell me how to maximize my earnings and everybody's earnings that I bring on, and I'll tell them exactly what I did. So with that aspect of it, he's like, get 5 WinSmart nodes. They're literally $7,500 off. They're $2,500 instead of 10,000. And along with that, you get 5, you help people get 5, you'll rank up through the ranks a lot faster. You get what you call friendship points, which are extra tokens. You get blockchain points from hosting 5 WinSmart nodes. You get all these extra tokens, which are called rewards points. I'm like, all right. And I said, which other brand node should I get? And he's like, I am very bullish on Grow. It's new and it's also going to come to market, you know, along with Galvin, Switch, Element, and then the Win Smart nodes, and then Grow will come to market. He said, you know, a little faster than the rest. And that one was sitting around 4 to 5 cents already when you look at coin market cap. And I'm like, all right, that sounds pretty good. And then I dove into the project, and just to kind of learn a little bit about the project, I was like, all right, it's pretty unique. I'm gonna jump into that now. So kind of going into, here's your back office, right? And with that, I go to marketing tools, and then I'm gonna open up the PDF. Sorry, Jeff, I'm gonna mute you there. So I did see somebody ask about in the chat, so I'll answer this question really quick. The Win Smart node is the only one that you would annually purchase. And the rest of them you own for life. Every other brand, Switch, Galvin, Grow, Rally. When you repurchase these every year, right now instead of 2,000, they're 500 a piece. So they still have 2,000 right here, fixed pricing on here. I don't know if there's going to be a promo then or discount or what's going on that, but this is kind of like our native coin or node. And this is the one that we receive bonuses on. And I'll kind of show you a little bit in the back office and talk about it as we go. But diving into this, going into it here, let's see here if I can minus this a little bit. Nope. Let you in here. All right, you still see that? I don't know how to get rid of this part. We'll just roll with it. So, you know, disclaimer wise, we're on here, we're recorded. There's no guarantees. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to read this all to you. There's no guarantees in anything. You know, we can't say that grow is going to be going to make you money. We can't predict future earnings on what's going to happen here. But if you look at the brands that we have and really dive into them, you'll fall in love with kind of what they're doing, and then you'll go from there and, you know, predict which ones you like, and then maybe buy a node for those. Diversification with this, it's definitely where it's at. So kind of just skimming through this first part and just how to participate, right? How to get started. If you do not want to share this at all with anybody, you don't have to. And you don't have to then buy a win node. You don't have to own one of these to own other brand nodes. If you want to participate in sharing this at all with anybody, yes, you want to at least buy one win node to be able to earn commissions. There is a way around not buying anything and earning commissions. And I'll kind of jump down to that really quick to kind of show you. It's right here where it talks about join for free. Okay. You can join for free. You can personally sell 5 win nodes. You can message support until they do this automatically and tell them, hey, I sold 3 win nodes to Jeffrey. Here's his email. I sold 2 win nodes to David. Here's his email. Here's my email. Please attach a WinSmart node to my account. And they will. And then from that point, you then have a WinSmart node and you can earn commissions on everything else. Piece of advice, don't go and sell brand nodes to anybody until you sell those 5 win nodes, because you will not get paid on any brand nodes. You got to sell the 5 win nodes first, and then you will get one WinSmart node, and then you can start earning commission. It's kind of like a wash, honestly. If you don't have $500 to go buy one, sell 5, you would have made $500, but instead they're giving you a WinSmart node. So I hope that makes some sense. And now as we go down and come back to where we were. So being a part of this, being a node owner, build a team around the WinSmart nodes. That's your native coin here. That's where the rewards come from. And I'll show you some more. So what's a node? Here's a video. I hope everybody's seen this video. I usually start out Zooms by playing this video and just kind of helping people understand. Here's some of the images to some of our brands that we have, and each one of them you can Google, you can learn about it. They all are, we have a Discord group, a YouTube that's all about them. They have their own websites. I mean, this isn't just some rinky-dink things that they got going on. So leads me into grow, and I don't have my notes with me tonight. They're at my office, or I would read off my notes. But so Will Taylor, you know, he has put together with some few others out of they have, I think it's 7 different farms that they use, Royal Ranch being the biggest. And what they have done here is they basically put a QR code on the meat. I look at the meat, your beef, your ribeyes, your, you know, T-bone steaks. So you're going to find out where it's from, where it died, what it ate. Did it eat olives? Why is the taste smoky? When did it go to the doctor? Who was the doctor? Did it eat grass? You know what I mean? Basically, you're going to know everything that the cow ate by scanning it. So you're going to actually know where your food's from. You know, I ate some lamb tonight. I don't know where it came from. There was no QR code on it. I hope it's grass-fed lamb here where I'm from, but not too sure where it came from, to be honest with you. So they're going to be very transparent by putting our food on the blockchain, you know, and having that tracer, an app that you'll just scan, you'll figure out, you know, start asking people, do you know where your meat came from? And they're going to be like, Costco. I don't know where it actually came from. So I thought this was pretty unique. I've been in health and wellness for over 12 years, and it's exciting because it's a win-win, really. The farmers will get paid more. There's no middleman, and we will pay less at the same time. So it's like a win-win for everybody. And where their facilities are, you can go there and pay in grow tokens. So I mean, you can actually use the tokens that you're generating if you're close by there, or maybe you can order it and do it that way too. So it's pretty unique what they've put together. And then kind of going down the next one, Element. Element is pretty cool. This guy was on Jungle Gold. Scott, he's been on to talk to us before on Zooms. He's done Zooms with us. He's got an amazing three like chapter thing on like overview basically of what his experience was going and mining in Africa. And this is on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is loaded. You'll get lost in there. So he went out there and actually just seen, all of our cell phones, everything, like what we all have right here. I guarantee every single one of them, there's some parts in there that were mined by 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, kids. And that's what he saw. And then he saw after the mining was done, they just left the area and didn't go back and do anything to it to preserve it and make that right afterwards. So basically what they're doing in a nutshell is making sure our phones and our jewelry or gold or precious metals are mined by adults and everything's on the blockchain. And then along with that, they're going back in and rehabbing the whole place, just planting trees, fruits, vegetables, just making sure the land was better than when they were there. So that I like that aspect of it too, because you've seen some crazy stuff. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Blood Diamond, but go and watch that. You're going to be like, wow, all right. So if this guy is doing what they say they're doing, that's going to be pretty neat on what they're bringing to the table. And then Galvin, you can literally get how do you say this? You can get tokens, you can get rewarded in tokens by keeping your mental health at a good level, keeping your energy, keeping your stress down. So they have the ability with an app and a wearable like a watch right here that will track over your voice, everything. It works through like the Alexa technology. And what that does, it helps you maintain a healthier lifestyle. It helps you maintain a better mental health. So, and it'll give you tasks to do at the same time to improve your mental health at that time. And then while you're doing that, you get incentivized in tokens. So it's a pretty neat concept what Adam Sharp put together here as well. And it's phenomenal what these companies are doing. And every one of them that you're going to learn is literally to make the world better or to make the world easier. So Kathy Roberts, if you don't know who this is, Google it, Google her, look her up. But she was and I mean, you can read it. She was the co-founder and creator of Discover Card and served as a president and chief operations officer at Discover Bank between 2000 and 2006. So she brings a lot to the table by putting together a non-custodial and custodial wallet. So what does that mean? That means for anybody that understands crypto and has bought crypto before, it's a pain in the butt. It is a pain in the butt. There's some ways around it, but you have to go out of your way. You have to go to the bank. You have to wire it here. You have to make sure it's done right. Then you have to go in and you can remove your money. Maybe, if they don't do a 2 to 3 week hold or a 24-hour hold. What they have done is if you want, you can go in, spend $1,000, get some Bitcoin, move it over to the non-custodial part, and then move it over to your Trust wallet, buy some nodes with it, move it to your Exodus, move it to Kraken, move it wherever you want to move it. There's no hang up anymore. There's no 2-3 weeks hold on getting your crypto in. So the on-ramping system of getting your crypto is phenomenal. And then the de-ramping is even better to a point where it makes life easier on people that are new to crypto, that still want to put that crypto in their bank and then still want to maybe use that Switch Visa card down there that's accepted all over the world. So you would just say you bought some Grow nodes, you're getting Grow tokens. You move them from your back office and Connect to the Switch, and then Switch, you want to sell those maybe to USDT, or you swap them to Ethereum, or maybe you can even attach the Grow to your Visa debit card. Every time you swipe, it takes a percentage off of those tokens that you attach to it. Simple as that. That way, you know, my sister that's never done crypto won't have to figure out how to move it around too much. Yeah, maybe I have to help her move it to that right spot and say, hey, now it's on your debit card, swipe away. And then at the same time, you can move it to your bank account and vice versa. So she also serves on the board of directors. So there's people on the boards here on overall on all the different brands. So she serves as the board of directors. She's been on a couple of our different Zooms by phone call. Billy just calls her and she answers and he puts her on here. So, you know, one thing is, you know, Billy is sick, but he has been a phenomenal support. He's not corporate. He's just been here longer than everybody. And he is so well connected and he's working his butt off with us. And honestly, he does not need to. You know, when you have that many nodes and you're already generating and you've already made tens of millions of dollars, he's like, hey, I made 80,000 this month. This is pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, coming from that guy, I'm just thankful he's here and he's not just like, I'm getting burnt out. So, you know, what he brings to the table is pretty phenomenal. And that brings me to the legal team. You know, just Google Ken Cuccinelli. He's our lead advisor. He's the one, and him, Daniel Payne, they're overseeing everything that's going on with Connect United through Blockade. It's our own basically compliant department. Like if you create an account, before you can ever get paid any way, you have to go through a compliance test, a video, answer the questions, another video, answer the questions, then you're good. That's yearly. You have to do that yearly. But Ken Cuccinelli, he was he Attorney General. He was also a deputy officer for Homeland Security. So he's obviously been around, and these guys are keeping us SEC compliant and to where we have no problems with the government. You know, getting right to the meat and potatoes. So, you know, we sell nodes, we don't sell tokens. We're not going to make income claims that we are predicting like, hey, buy the Grow nodes, you'll be a millionaire, or buy Element. No, we can't do all that. And they make you go through a compliance test, and they even tell you what emojis you can't put along with some of your posts if you're posting on social media. So it's really good learning for people to not be weird. I call it. I literally spent the last 7 years of my life trying to teach people not to be weird on social media. And I'm glad to have a compliance team that helps teach the same thing. You know, so the legal team is phenomenal. You know, getting started, obviously, just get back to the person that invited you here, create an account, purchase a Win node, and any other ones you want to do. And then going into, you know, basically the compensation plan. Do you want me to touch on that, Demetrius, as well, and kind of go over the compensation plan? Because I know some things will change, and there was some voting today, so I don't know exactly what all has changed. I think they added some more levels, but
Yeah. So Brian, I don't think we should touch on that because there's been some changes. So
okay, cool.
for now, we could leave that out.
I could touch on the friendship points, right? So by hosting Win nodes, by helping people, by earning some money, by hosting 5 Win nodes and helping others host 5 Win nodes, you get these things called friendship points. That's your team. That's nothing to do with, you know, like honestly, everybody on this call, I don't think is on my team. So you guys are not in my friendship points. But the cool part is, since I probably enrolled faster than maybe most of you, maybe Skip was in before, or sorry, Sid was in before I was. Everything on the blockchain points over there, I will receive some points from that just because I came in a little bit before everybody else that maybe is on this call. That's one thing that's cool about this as well. So how that works is you probably have to be a rank. Normally it's being a block bot. That's when you sell 5 Win nodes. And now I think it'll be selling 5 win nodes and maybe holding some type of number value on there as well. But that aspect is something to think about. And what this does is it generates more Win Smart node tokens. So if you're just buying a win node, you'll see your tokens kind of decrease over time because there's more people getting them and holding them. If you're building a team, you'll see those points go up and up and up. And kind of to show you that aspect of it, I'll jump right into my block bot report here. And when I go down, it's going to take a minute. I go down, I click on win. I'll come all the way down here to the bottom. So I started right here on January, February, March 12th. I keep saying May 12th, which mean I still haven't started yet, but March 12th. And my 5 win nodes made me about 2,700 tokens. The next day I enrolled 1 person. And you can see here, I got a little bit of points here. I was ranked 408 in the company, and I just enrolled 1 person. You can click on the little arrow over to the right, and it shows, a little bit what I did. Every time you operate 5 win smart nodes, I helped 1 person do that. I got 1 point. Every time you earn $100, well, I earned, I think it was like almost $1,000. So I got like 9 points. That was it. And it's just talking about, and that's my friendship one. And then it shows blockchain points. So people even joined after me. From when I joined, I got some blockchain points already. So thought that was pretty cool. Now going back to win. Yeah, it does that when you're on Zoom. And you'll see here that every day it increases. Not always like super high, and sometimes it goes down. It depends on your points, right? Your friendship points, blockchain points, and everything. So 3,200 goes up to 4,700. Okay, clean it up. 5,000 and up to 8,500. Got to 9,400. It went down to 5,700. I don't think anybody enrolled anybody that day in my organization. Next day, somebody did. Next day, someone probably didn't. So you can see where it's just kind of fluctuating up and down. And it shows your rank in the company 91, 90, 90. I'm sitting around 100 basically. So that's one thing that's pretty interesting about these win tokens. And we are able to use these to buy other brand nodes, right? If you want to, as they're growing. This is also going to be one of the different tokens that's going to be put on the market here in the future, closer future. So now going back to your Blockbot report, it tells you right here, your Blockbot, I've sold 62 Win Smart Notes. That's what it's talking about. Shows what I got online, the breakdown of it, and it shows my grow. I got 1 grow on this count, and it's making me 2,879 tokens a day, 2,879. When I first got it, it was like 2,913. So you can see it's going down a little bit as it goes. And when Demetrius first shared this with me, it was $3,800 for a grow node. Now I think it's $4,500. So, don't sit around and wait, because next week it'll probably be $4,600 to $4,700 for a grow node if you're going there. I bought some hyper nodes here, which are called AKA Nerd. And that one too, I got 2 of those, and it's earning, about 1,300 right there. So that's kind of how that works. Got to get some more of these other ones, so I get these ones going as well. And now going back to my dashboard, you got your wallet. But first, I'll show you Connect Pay. Right, Connect Pay, you're getting paid. Normally, you won't see these win rewards until like a month after. I didn't, but you get USDC, USDT, right? And you can see I can request withdrawal here. You can see just in this one, $26,000 I've made here. I got pending $2,900. Making a request as simple as clicking it, clicking max, and you got to be $100. But then what you're doing here is you're sending it to your wallet. Okay. And you can see down here, just some rewards just to kind of show you as well. You can see node support rewards. What's that? I got 538 tokens for doing what? Really just building the business. I got 162 for being top 50,000, which I don't even think there's 1,000 people in this. But, and then top 5,000, top 500, and I haven't made top 50, but I've got all these extra win tokens just because. And then, you know, being certain ranks, you get paid a little bit higher percentages as well. We're excited for that new compensation plan, but you can see, you know, this is a very, very high paying. If you're looking for money now, build the business, my opinion. This isn't going anywhere. So the commissions is phenomenal. You know, between this account, I've made over 50,000 in 40 days, just on the commissions, nothing to do with any notes. I'm not converting the tokens over for anything. I don't even want to get a node that is doing that at this time. I want to keep growing my tokens and digital rewards for when they do get listed, and I'll be ready for it. But just on the sharing side, doing the commissions from building a team, it has been phenomenal. So now kind of showing you the wallet. When you do a withdrawal, it's 48 hours for it to go to your wallet. And if you did see back there, if I made a sale on today, it doesn't release it to be able to be withdrawn for 10 days, just to keep you ahead of time. So anything you do today, you sell something, you're not going to have that released to you for 10 days. Then you put the withdrawal in. Then it is 48 hours. It shows up right here. Right here. This is you create a 12-word phrase for this wallet. You own the keys. This is your wallet. You want to put this wallet on your SafePal, your Exodus, your Trust wallet, your MetaMask. You can. You just enter the 12-word phrase. You know, whenever you created a wallet and they say, do you have an existing wallet? You say, yes. And you put your 12-word phrase in there. And then bang, it pops up. You might have to add the token contracts in there. And you're going to do that. Just talk to the person that maybe you work with in crypto. Always have a buddy. All right. Always do something with a buddy. But if I want right now, I could just click right here on the USDT and I can click send. I can go in my Exodus wallet, get my receiving address for USDT ERC20, because we're on the Ethereum network here, and send it right there, and it bang, it shows up. You can see I've done that quite a bit. You know, send, withdrawal, deposit, withdrawal. You can see a lot going on here. So the wallet part is pretty cool. As we're growing the rewards, we can move things over. We can withdraw. We can put our grow in here or different ones. I have took my win, because the win goes right here to the win, you know, win rewards, but they have a way to bridge it to the win ERC20. So this will be the one over here on this right side that will be listed. So the bridge isn't totally up yet, but there is a way to go in by just coming down to FAQ. You click that, you can type in win bridge, doing that, and then it literally just says access the win bridge. Click here, and it pops up, and it just says transfer. You know, you're basically going to click bridge transfer. It's going to tell you there's a fee of 1,000 win tokens to do that, and a gas fee of Ethereum. And then you just put the amount in, and then it'll bridge over. I'll just wait a little while to do that, but it's that simple, super easy. If you are starting and you're going to share this, just a piece of advice, you need Ethereum for gas fees here. So add 50 to 40 bucks worth of Ethereum, because every time you do a transfer, it's probably $3 or $6 when you're doing some withdrawals. So just a heads up, all you got to do is click it, click receive, send it from where you have Ethereum right here. It'll show up 10 minutes. So love that aspect of it. Love how Zoom just loves putting everything right in your way, doesn't it? So my nodes is Blockbot reports better than this part right here, because this just shows that they're online or they're offline, you know, and then coming back to the dashboard. Dashboard is the same as my Connect right here. The same things in them. My team, Connect Pay, Academy. Academy is going to get revamped. They're going to add a new Academy, I'm told, and then these will have tokens that you can earn. And then when you earn these over time, Billy's like, you'll be able to go buy, another Win Smart node off the tokens that you actually get here. You'll earn from here, which is pretty cool what he was talking about. So going into the dashboard marketing tools, this is the PDF that I was going over earlier. You got presenter notes as well. These are pretty cool, the presenter notes, if you really want to dive in and kind of read about it, because they give you kind of what to talk about when when you're doing the PDF, when you're going through the PDF. So just some more stuff you can dive into to learn. And then kind of going here, where am I at? Oh, I got a couple of them open. And then voting. So we're going to have right here to vote. Something just came up today. We got an email on something to vote about. I've been busy all day. I haven't got to read it or look into it, but I will. And I'll learn a little bit about this, open the PDF and watch it, yes or no. I don't know yet, so I am not going to vote. I want to read and learn about it. So at the top of your page, you're brand new. You're like, all right, I created an account. I'm not ready to buy yet. I want to learn a little bit more. You're going to go to share at the top. That's where your number one spot is. You're going to click on share. This is awesome. This is powerful. You got a connect video that's almost 5 minutes. If you're someone that has good attention, if you don't, then maybe watch the 2 minute, 40-second one. The same thing, just a little bit cut down. And then what's a note? These are one things that you're going to share to somebody. I get asked all the time, what do I send to somebody that wants to learn about Connect? I'm like, what I keep telling you, click on share, click the share button, copy link. My code right here, that 0691, that's embedded in here. So if I sent this to somebody, they watch the video, it says join here. They sign up and they show up right in my team. So you can copy that, paste it to somebody, say, hey, watch this, watch what's a node. And then you can say, here, learn about the Switch wallet. Here, learn about how it's a custodial, non-custodial wallet. Learn introducing Switch, what a Switch node is. Have that explained to you. That is a really good video to honestly watch. It's only 2 minutes, 45 seconds, but the analogies that lady teaches you about what nodes are makes so much sense. So if you are new, please watch that one too, along with what's a node, because the way that she makes the analogies on what's a node is great. Learn about Galvin, learn about Element, learn about Give, nonprofit, learn about Grow, what the food tracer, and learn about Elevate, and learn about Hyper. So they have all the information right here. They also have projects we love. You can dive in, click on Win, learn more about the Win, our native node, native token, learn about that aspect of it too. So now to show you guys.
Maybe we could, Brian, since we're already in it for almost an hour, maybe open it up for some questions at this point, unless you got something else to cover.
No, I was gonna show you a couple other things and then kind of pop it right open for questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they have a phenomenal Instagram page right here. They got oh wait, nope, that changed. I don't know why that changed, but they got a phenomenal Instagram page. I'm not gonna waste time looking for it. YouTube is phenomenal. Also, their Discord is great too. I don't know if I have that brought all the way up, but dive into all those. Demetrius and Sid can get you those links for all those as well. But yeah, besides that, I'm definitely open for some questions, anything I can help answer. Besides that, my team shows a little bit about the team. You can track your progress to Pioneer. Pioneer is only your first two levels, level 1 and level 2. What comes in from what I know right now might change, but this kind of shows what's going on. You can click around and see who has Win Smart Nodes all set up on your team. And there's your link right here. If you want someone to just create an account without watching any videos or anything, you send the link from my team. So besides that, yeah, let me know if I can help answer any questions.
There's one question in the thanks for that, Brian. There's a question in the chat there. Seems to have lost it here. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. So he says, which will create the most wealth over time, 4 wind smart nodes or 2 grow nodes
If I could
each?
predict the future, man, I would definitely love to be able, I would tell everybody everything.
I
Like,
know that's pretty hard to know, right?
yeah, it's like I wish I could go back to the past and know everything too. But and tell them, hey, go bet this on this game. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah,
Back to
that's
the
the other thing. Yeah, we just can't. You have to think diversification here.
right.
The one,
And my advice on that is if you're gonna share this, you're gonna buy win nodes anyways. If you're not gonna share it, then you don't need to. Go get what you like. If you like grow and you're like, hey, I really like this, I want to share this brand with people. I want to utilize this. I kind of want to buy this meat and know what I'm eating, then buy the grow notes. From talking to Billy, because he knows I'm going to promote this, he said, you know, my advice is to you to go buy five win smart nodes and buy as many grows as you can. He's like, just imagine this one getting listed at 5 cents and then getting listed on multiple more exchanges here in the next 120 to whatever 200 days, and then it jumping up to about 20 to 25 cents. Just put that in your head. He goes, and you own 10 of them, which are producing almost 29,000 tokens a day. Take that by 20 cents, you're sitting on about $6,000 a day. $6,000 a day. But that is about 42,000, 45,000 worth of row nodes now. So, but at 45,000 later on, you're making $6,000 a day. I don't know. Is that a good investment? I would say absolutely. So,
so
but I don't
one
know.
question about the year renewal. I suppose they're expecting the wind nodes will make it worth your while to renew. Otherwise, nobody's going to
Right.
renew in the year, right?
Yeah, and I've asked that question. A lot of people have, and he's like, it'll be well worth it. Don't worry. You'll make enough off of that you'll be able to buy that plus more. Along with, especially if you're building it, and 100% of the profit that comes from the win purchases goes back to the community. So that is pretty cool on how that works. So, and if the comp plan, how it's been is when someone buys win nodes, you get paid as a block bot 20% on the whole amount of the win node purchases. You get paid 20% on 50% of these other brand purchases. So it's interesting on that. But yeah, we asked that, like, is it going to be worth buying more? What if there's no $500, per win node then, and they're 2,000? He's like, still worth it. I'm like, all right, cool. So
And I guess that goes for the same with the other grow nodes. I think they would they must have a criteria by which they choose the companies that they're going to do this with, right? So they must have high potential. Now, like for somebody who's an angel investor, normally they will think of if they invest in 10 projects, they might think, well, you know, 7 will break even and 2 will flop and 1 will go to the moon. I don't know how they're thinking here. Are they basically just going for the gems, or are they sort of mixing it up a little bit?
as far as I know,
How they assess the potential? Yeah, what's the criteria? Do you know?
I don't know the criteria on what they're doing with that. I just know that so far all the ones I'm seeing look a lot cooler than Farmville and Mafia Wars that Gala Nodes was connected to. And look what that did. I mean, I guarantee there's probably 2 people on this call that play games on their phones, and
Mhm.
those 2 people probably don't spend a dime on them either. So
I've never.
yeah, we have kids and we're building businesses and supporting our family. We don't have time to play games, but utilizing the food grow is genius. Looking at Rally, which is a phenomenal platform that would replace the one that we're on right now. That if I set up a Rally instead of a Zoom, I don't know if that's going to be the name or if they're going to change it. then I would get incentivized by the amount of people that come on, along with you would get incentivized by tokens by coming on. And then everything that we share is not leaked out. Zoom's owned by China. Corporations and banks do not want to share social security numbers, banking routing numbers on Zoom because it can be easily leaked. So now they will have that ability to not lose data like that. So, and then Rev is like a car share. Like it would be like taking over Uber and Lyft, which Uber just did strike because they just cut their wages, I think, by like 30 or 40%. It's crazy. So if you get into a car and you don't cancel it, you're going to get incentivized by some tokens. If you leave a 5-star, you're going to get incentivized by some tokens. So will the driver, and the driver will get paid more money. So they're already in, I think, 5 major cities, and it's going to be in more and more and more. So those two, yes, they're big disruptors to things that I already call Lyft Uber every time. I use Lyft and I still call it Uber. It's like Kleenexes. Those aren't actually what they're called. That's just the name of a company. So, but we call them, hey, hand me a Kleenex, and it's not a Kleenex. But the same thing with Zoom and Raleigh. If we can disrupt those, imagine what that can do. To me, it's a lot bigger. I go to Miami. I live in the Dominican Republic. Right when I get in Miami, I call an Uber. When I get to the place, I jump on a Zoom. I want to go out to eat, I get in an Uber unless I rent a car. But sometimes it's cheaper to just Uber around, and then I don't have to drive in that traffic. So those are the two things that I'm using all the time, especially when I'm out of town. So I think that they're bringing on really exciting brands that can make a difference. And then it's up to us, a community, to help get these out there to the people. That's one thing I love about this company is I'm working with people that are not in my organization. They're helping me build my team because it's anything that you guys do is going to make the company better, which will make all of us better. When Billy bought those Gala nodes, they were $1,000. When Tomas bought them, they were $500. Now, if you went to buy them, you can't. They're not for sale unless you bought one from Billy. And do you really think he's going to sell you one of them? Because it's producing him some amazing passive income by just keeping it online.
He said the other day, $100,000 to get one of those notes right now.
And you'd have to buy it from somebody, but I wouldn't sell it to you for $100,000.
Telling them,
Yeah. And it's crazy. By the time people hearing the story from Billy to Wayne, he first started trying to sell the Gala nodes at $1,000, and people were like, no, thanks. But then when they were like $12,000 and $15,000 a piece, he's like, people were buying them left and right. He's like, I don't understand it. Couldn't sell them for 1,000, but then they're buying them left and right for $15,000 a piece. So, pretty cool what we got going on here in the
any
company.
questions, anybody? If you have a question, unmute yourself and let us know. I guess they understand perfectly.
Hey guys,
Oh.
it's Eric. So I understand the whole node thing and everything, but just as far as the Win node in general, it seems like unless you're really going to be someone who is recruiting and stuff, the Win node's not really that beneficial to you. Is that kind of what I've heard? Because I heard that implied by Billy on another one I watched so it's really more if you're going to be recruiting, that's where the Win node is beneficial.
Yeah, in a way, I mean, because if you're not going to share it, you're not required to own a Win node then. If you're like, I just want to go buy 10 grow, sit on it, and be prepared for what that does in the future, you don't need to buy a Win node. But if you're like, I am going to share this to even one person, you at least got to buy one Win node.
Yeah, I get that. But
But the win in itself, I think is what you're saying. What are the benefits in terms of where you're getting these rewards? So
you're getting some reward. You are getting some rewards, but it's really once you start recruiting is where it starts kicking in, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, they're like 500 tokens, around 500 to 600 tokens per day you'll be receiving of Win, and that will decrease as more people do join, and as you build a team, it will increase. And they did list it on Pancake Swap for 5 cents, you know, so, but there's no liquidity and everything's not pumping into it yet. But, you know, I mean, you do the math, the 505 cents a piece, it's $25 right there a day, just in, you know, value at that, being at that. But he's like, don't worry about that right now. You'll be happy in, you know, 90 to 120 days, I'm told.
You know, Brian, on Tony's Zoom call that he just had about the vote, he
Yeah.
said he listed a myriad of benefits of having a wind node, and that's going to be a recorded
Good.
Zoom that he did. So I sent an email over to support asking them if there's any possible way that we could do like a 3-minute video like we do for what's a node and all that, just about the benefits of a wind node, because everybody's wondering what that is, what I can do with it, what are the benefits. Nothing's listed on the site really. It's just people talking. So I'm really hoping they'll put together something like that.
Me too, because to be honest with you, I don't know any more than what I've read. And being someone that does want to build a team, it's beneficial more for me to have 5, because I get compensated through the friendship points in the blockchain by just having 5 online and then helping others get 5 online. You know,
Well, I bought 5 just because I wanted 5, whether I refer to anybody or not. I think that's at this discount, people should do that, I think.
And
Even if they're not referred, right?
yeah. And I see Billy and some other top leaders when they showed their back office, they own 10 and 15. I'm like, oh, okay. They have a lot more. So
He wasn't even recruiting in the beginning, right?
oh no, he actually started in February. Started, you know, I mean, because he wants to help people make money, but he only kind of just did sales. Like, I'll go sell some, but I'm not going to really tell that person they can build a community with it. So, you know, so now he's building teams, and you know,
Would
we
you say that the wind node the wind node value will likely reflect the success of Connected United itself
yeah, I mean, if it's the native
in terms
node
of the
of the
pricing on the
company,
markets? Yeah.
and
So it goes from goes from the DeFi to the, I understand, tier 1, and then eventually onto the big exchanges. And it's during that process, we'll probably, no guarantees, we'll probably see some kind of increase in the price of those tokens as we move them onto the bigger exchanges. But I've got 22,865 tokens. I started about a week ago, I guess. I don't something like that. And I don't know what amount, what's coming from referrals. I don't have that. I've got a lot of people who are interested, but not so far. Just I think 8, maybe 8 nodes have been purchased in my group, perhaps. Let me just see my team says here. So so I think so far, yeah, 8 nodes have been purchased in my team. So that's not thousands or anything, but that's still my block bot report shows presently.
I
Now,
guess the one question can ask, since it's the native token of the company, is the company getting it as, is the marketing solely just through kind of the compensation plan, or is the company going to be marketing itself as, helping with that, because I can see with the other nodes, the other companies, they're a business, they have a use case that's going, people are going to get into it, and obviously that grows the value of those tokens, which the value of the node,
Right.
so is Connect going to be something that gets a real public presence, which would grow that, organically just there by people knowing about it and going, oh, okay, coming in, which would grow the value of the token, which would grow the value of your node.
yeah, Billy was
Gotta be its
saying,
kind of own business there.
like, look for it to be listed on multiple different exchanges, you know, as time goes too, as well. And I mean, I've only been here for a little over a month, and I've seen more top network marketing professionals in lately than I've seen in any other company join. right away. And some of them already flew out to Hawaii with the last event. And they just got started. So I'm pretty sure they spent a big penny to get out there, you know, and listening to Tony Swantek, I mean, we have barely any brands online. He's like, over the years, look, we will have hundreds, if not thousands of different brands over the years come on board. So, I mean, we're basically early. It's like we're launching a 7, 8 year old company. It's weird, but it's
Yeah, it's kind of weird that way. It's a 7, 8 year ago company that, and a company that, I mean, there was no Connect United 8 years ago, right?
no, I guess they were just kind of getting it going and putting together different brands
Yeah.
on a total blockchain, and then they came out with the name Connect. I don't know exactly when, but I wish I would have heard it back in
But
2000.
this was launched about what, like just the beginning of this year in terms of, people jumping on board in terms of leadership and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, because they got Block Fabric, it made it a lot easier for people to host their nodes where you didn't need a computer and you didn't have to go and kind of set that up yourself.
Mm.
That just made,
Just walking people through Block Fabric, sometimes it's like it was a little task getting started, being brand new to this type of company and platform, but now it's a lot easier. And there are videos coming that will basically walk through everything for us.
that's your question,
cool.
Eric.
Yeah, and Eric, like you can hit up support and don't hit up the chat box. Hit up at the very bottom of the page where it says contact support right here. Don't hit up this chat box. Just click here and write them right here.
Mhm.
So that chat box, I think, is worthless at this point. I don't know. It took days to get that going where I just sent this and it was like same day
The
that
chat box is probably just an AI thing and not a real person. So,
right.
yeah.
Then it goes. But they've been helpful. They, try to get the answers and everything because they got a big team.
I mean, what I'd like to see, is it kind of like, okay, since Connect is the overall incubator, is the Connect going to grow because of the individual companies that it's incubating? Does it kind of flow up into Connect, and then okay, that's going to blow up the Win token because they're kind of the overall company is benefiting from the individual parts. I can get, I can see, total value of the individual nodes and the individual companies if you believe in it. But it's like, all right, how does Win really going to benefit from that? So yeah.
And write that down. That's a good one for Billy on the next Zoom that we him too. Hopefully he feels better and I got him on tomorrow night with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't be around tomorrow night, but
And don't ask me that question tomorrow night at 10 o'clock because I might be hosting that Zoom.
all
So don't ask me that question then either because I don't have it yet.
right.
Any
Hey,
other questions?
Brian.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brian, this is Tammy. I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but when you own one of the brand nodes, you're also receiving Win rewards as well
No, I
with
didn't
those
mention
brands,
it.
with the brands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, here, let me show you that part. So you'll go into your Blockbot report. I don't know, Wayne, if you bought any other nodes
I
yet.
bought a Grow and a Rev.
And if your grow is already accumulating, see where I'm already making some wins right here by just hosting the nodes too, just myself. Doesn't have anything to do with if I enrolled Eric or Tammy or Holly or anybody. But it's not much, but I got 3.3 tokens today on my rewards.
That's interesting.
No, yeah, good. Thanks for pointing that out, Tammy. There's little things like that you find everywhere that you're earning different places. And if you're new on here too, you got a great community of people right here that all are working together because we're tired of getting our butts
All
kicked.
learning now.
Yeah, we're tired of getting our butts kicked, and we found something finally, and we're all going to dive into this and become blockchain experts. And as we go, like Billy
It's
told
just
me,
the whole thing about Switch, you get paid when you use the debit card and fund it and do,
yeah, and you have a referral link to that too. So anybody that you enrolled to Connect United, give them your referral link to switch, because if they go and put 50,000 in, you would make a little percentages as well too, and inside of that wallet. So there's some incentivized for sharing the switch as well. And
Hey,
also,
Wade,
yeah.
sorry. Wayne, I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on the Switch card, because I know you favor offshore cards.
Well, I favor them, but there's a benefit to having a card of that nature, which you can convert right into. Yeah, being in Japan, wouldn't be a problem with me because I'm Canadian living in Japan. But it's a consideration for people in the US. I think it would be a better option than using something like, say, Coinbase
Oh, yes. That
for
goes
sure.
without saying. Yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, in the States they track you like cattle animals. So you
Yeah.
you you got to stamp on your on your hide that they're gonna find you somehow. So you
So
you have
true.
you have to the Americans have to function a little bit different than everybody else in the rest of the world, I think, on those in that
You
regard.
stay decentralized as possible, and if you're using an offshore card, you put as little as money on there as possible too sometimes, because you never know what can happen with those. You don't put your whole bankroll on there. You know what I mean?
That's right. You got to diversify, and I see this as a good option for people who are sitting on cash or stocks and bonds or things like that, which could get in a little bit of trouble right now because we're hearing from all sorts of different sources that there could be, bail-ins and implosions and all these sorts of things, and assets could be taken and given to the big bank creditors. Small banks will go down, and all the assets go to the big banks. It's called the Great Taking, they call it. So if you do something like this or have your funds in, say, in a brokerage or something like that, you're going to be less likely to have your money stolen if this whole thing implodes like a 2008 times 100 crisis.
Right.
So I think people have to also think that in terms of the macro, what's going on right now, and investing is not investing, let's say buying, these nodes might be a way to hedge against these things that are on the way.
So true.
And I don't think of this as a sort of immediate cash flow so much as hedging your bets in a world economy that's rather shaky right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. And even with Switch too, you own the 12-word seed phrase for there too.
Right.
So same thing with Connect.
You're also, pushing for projects that have, value like Switch and like Grow and things like that. If you support those kind of projects, um, buy into them basically, support them and earn from them. Now, I see most of these projects are probably have been well researched, and in the worst case, you'll probably do all right. In some cases, you'll do pretty good. In some cases, you'll probably do very well. That's the way I kind of look at it.
Same here. You hit one of them, you're gonna 1000x what's going on. So you'd be sitting in a really good spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like with Billy and that 11K, or here 11K, here 15K. I don't know which it is. You said 11 to 15K, but whatever it was, I mean, whether it's 15K or 20K to turn to over $10 million in what was it, under a year or something?
Right. And this is my Switch account right here. I added a little Ethereum in it, but they'll be holding all of our different brands inside of it as well. And then you just move it over to the custodial part, and then you can put it into US, you can sell it, put it in US dollar, and then pop it right into your bank account or attach it to the card. And
And our wallet looks like our Connect wallet looks like a version of this wallet. It looks this way. I think they operate in
when you go to set up account, just go to set up, and you'll go through and you do your KYC. They do the KYC part and everything and set up your wallet. And then the next one is get started on your card. And now they just started the beta testing there. So apply now. I can apply now.
How long do you think that beta testing will go on?
I'm not too sure. I know Billy just got his out in Hawaii, so I'm sure those guys are gonna load a bunch of money on there and swipe those cards like crazy, so they'll find out what's going on. But they did
Mhm.
alpha testing, then beta testing, so I mean, they've been doing internal testing with the team. That's alpha means like inside. And then beta, now all the top people that were out in Hawaii got their cards. And then soon we will get ours.
Excellent.
And as for the sharing aspect of things, most of my people are not into network marketing. They're sort of like passive investor types. But I think that a lot of these people who've not shared things in the past, I think due to the SEC compliance and the profile of the companies we're dealing with here, I think there's a lot more people in my group are starting to share it with their family, friends, which is
You feel a lot better with this one. You don't
Yeah,
wake up
I'm,
in the middle of the night in a cold sweat. Is the website still working?
that's so true. Oh, that's so true. But I'm finding the same thing. I've been in and out of companies over the years, and this one, I can't help but tell people about it because I'm so excited about it. And it's something I feel really secure in. I love that the fact that I own the node. Nothing's going to change that.
you own the
Um,
wallet. You're not, the funds in your wallet are your.
exactly. I'm not going to wake up in the morning and go, oh, they're gone. So yeah, easy to share. That's for sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah, it's like we're buying these little cell towers. Like that's one of the presentations. We're all buying a piece of the cell network of some
Right.
of companies that have a vision.
so tomorrow, if Billy is healthy and he feels better and more up to it, I'm gonna try to have him on at 9 o'clock Eastern. Same link that you guys used for here. And then at 10 o'clock Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays, somebody does an overview. They asked me to do it, but since the whole change for the compensation plan, maybe one of the top guys will do it, because obviously I won't go over that part. I would just kind of do the different brands and be like, hey, get back with the person that invited you. A lot of stuff's being changed right now. Stay tuned till the next Zoom on Thursday. But tomorrow night, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Same first one, same link that you used to get on tonight. So we'll see what we have on. And we're gonna also try on Thursdays and then maybe Tuesdays and different times to get different CEOs on from different brands. We've had the Hyper CEO on. Gosh, who else? We had the Element CEO on once. So just I think Ryan, my buddy Ryan's trying to get Will Taylor on, which is the Grow CEO, which would be great.
That would be fantastic. I would love that.
Yeah, I've approached some doctors with it, and they're like, "We've heard about this." Yeah,
They had already?
have they heard about it? They're like, "We would love to get in, to being basically buying in a piece of the company. When you get a node, you're gonna get tokens from part of the company. You look at it that way.
Wow.
It's to me, this is like mining and buying stocks all in one, but we're just you're buying a node and you're getting tons of daily digital rewards from it. Just have it hosted. So, well, thanks for having me on, and great questions, Wayne. I'm sorry I'm not Billy, but he'll be on here for you. He only doesn't show up if he's really sick. So just to let you know, he will be on.
Or life happens.
Brian, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And Demetrius, what's up?
All right. So no, I just wanted to jump in, man, and thanks for filling in. You did an awesome job. I think everybody's got their questions answered and satisfied. There will be more of these with Billy. I also want to just quickly state that, although we work together as a team, Brian is a part of the company. And I believe all or a very large percentage of you aren't directly connected to him. Him and I are business partners. I shared this with him. He decided to attach himself to this model. And I really, really appreciate him for, jumping in at short notice with Billy not being available. So hopefully, you all agree that he's done a great job. There's some individuals that I'd love for all of you at some point, even after this, I'll shoot some information over to Holly to get acquainted with Tammy, with Harvey Hill, both bona fide leaders. Sid Lloyd is another gentleman that I sponsored who sponsored Dr. Yvonne, another great encourager and leader, a part of the model who you all are directly attached to. And so get acquainted with those individuals. They have a Telegram group, which I believe Greg and Holly, I know for certain Tammy is a part of. And so get in that group, because just as they do calls with Billy for Brian's team directly, there are also calls that are being done with Dr. Yvonne's team. So you all get acquainted with, your groups, get to know the personalities, the leadership, because they do just as well as Brian has done tonight, filling in for us. And we all work together as a team, right? So teamwork, right, makes the dream work. And that's what we provide here for everyone, to get answers so you can begin sharing. And if you decide not to share, you can obviously, do what you need to do for your own personal finances in owning nodes. But I believe the vision is bright. And if you don't have a pair of shades on, you probably need to get a pair, because that's how bright things are. And really great meeting all of you. We'll get to know each other more. Just to kind of give you a little bit on me, I'm not a guy who does Zooms like this, right? So I'm a guy that is more of a motivator, inspirer, can help you behind the scenes, doing three-way calls, plugging you in, getting you answers, as I did with Holly immediately, not dropping the ball on her request to get this done as soon as possible, so you all get answers, because we like to see 1 million+ people in our groups, right, be a part of this movement. So thank you all once again. If Tammy or Sid or even Harvey at this point, because I believe Dr. Yvonne has to get up early in the morning, so she probably jumped off already. But if any one of you have anything to say to close out, just unmute, say a few words, because I know we've been on here for an extended amount of time. Go right ahead, guys. Maybe they can't unmute. I don't know if they can.
No, we can. I also second everything you just said. And Brian, thank you for just coming to the rescue and being in such a timely manner to step in. You're such an awesome leader. We're grateful for your participation tonight, because I know how that family of yours keeps you going. And so we're very, very happy that you could step in. And for all those that are joining us now, we have the corporate meetings coming up. They have an exciting agenda coming up. There's some changes that are coming that are just always good. Nobody likes change, but I'm going to tell you, these changes are going to be wonderful. And I'm telling you, it's a wonderful place to be, at the right place at the right time with all of you all. So thank you. Thank you for your time. And I'm going to say goodnight to you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you all. And we're going to call it tonight. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye, everybody. You're welcome.
Thank you.
See you on the next one.